Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in Midrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. Strategic lawyers on point with more than 20 years of practice experience. We are professional, capable, and qualified.
As a church leader, your time and resources are limited. It's difficult to find discipleship and Bible study materials that are affordable, easily accessible, and high quality. But there is a way to equip the people in your church every day of the week without losing sleep. Welcome to Right Now Media, the world's largest library of video-driven Bible study resources, used by more than 20,000 churches, schools, and organizations. With a Right Now Media subscription, everyone in your church can access thousands of biblical resources for kids, couples, small groups, and more. Give your members access to great content, anytime, anywhere, on any device.
And God specifically says, the way you think, that's not the same way I think.
Equip and inspire everyone in your church beyond Sunday.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Solomon's Temple. My name is Solomon Izanga Shams, and it's so wonderful and great to have you here watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. And anyone watching on Facebook, also appreciate each and every one of you who are also going to be watching much later and not here with us live at this time of the day. So I want to thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, that is Solomon's Temple. Please make sure you do that. There are a lot of great content that you can actually check out and excavate and see, what is there for you. So please make sure, if you're watching on Facebook right now, can I give you 20 seconds? Just subscribe. Just click that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, that is. If you're watching on Facebook, please jump over to YouTube and subscribe. We need your subscription. That is very, very important. We need your subscription. And also, I just want to say, I hope you're doing well and everyone is doing very, very well. So let me check out. Okay, I got Pam all the way from Denmark. Pam, Mick. Will this TV drama be another revenue stream for Bushiri? No, this has nothing to do with Bushiri. I would tell you more about it. And then I have from Houston, Texas, impatiently waiting. Where is your patient? Your patient should be there. Jen C, hello, Uncle Solomon. Jamaica is in the house, living then in the USA. God bless you. Thank you, Jamaica. I'm a Jamaican in US. So we got Kingspan all the way from just as J-Town. Every moment spent here is worth the data. Uncle Solomon, keep reaping Jesus, and J-Town from just Plateau State, Nigeria, my home city. Thank you, Toye. Good evening from Brazil. Thank you, Ari Bisala. Thank you so much, Toye Rose from Minnesota, US. Great to have you here. It's indeed very, very great to have you here. I've got, who am I looking for here? Yeah, I got Rosemary also from Durban. Thank you, Choni. You're here. Victoria from the UK. Christine, as usual, from Kenya. Florence, good to have you here. Thank you, Kebe. Nelly is also here. Thank you, Mpelegang Masimola. Thank you, my sister from Eswatini. It's great to have you here, Bongani, everywhere. Bongani is on Facebook and is also here. James watching from Zambia, from Jubrek. Thank you, Mama, from the Bahamas. Jane, thank you. Florence, from Dikeledi, from the Free State. I'm from Gustav from Mokopani. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Stephen. Great to have you here. From Abuja, Nigeria. From Liverpool It's Rosa. Great to have you here. End time. Thank you. Tume Lo from Tembisa here in Johannesburg. And we got Augustine from Kampala, Uganda. And then we got my sister here from Gaborone, which is the capital of Botswana. And from Malawi, Anya Satu. Great to have you here. Mr. Eric from Pretoria, Sherry here from Germany, Danny from Guyana, and Florence from Italy. Yeah, quite a lot of it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for every one of you, even the ones that I didn't get to mention. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you that are here. From Nkandla. Oh, thank you, Cindy. So over the weekend, the news finally came out. I've known about this for quite a bit, but it finally came out just around the life of Bushiri. Now, I mean, a lot of us are on Netflix. I'm not sure you're on Netflix. I'm on not Netflix. I'm actually currently watching the Money Heist. You know, I finished watching the King of Boys, which is a Nigerian series. So now I'm watching the last season of Money Heist. And I get to watch a lot of documentaries and dramas and series out there. And that is where basically television or production is going to. You know, gone are the days when gradually we're beginning to see going to a place and just watching one movie for 2 hours. It's still going to be there, or an hour and a half. It's still going to be there. But there's, I think, like Netflix and like Amazon, they've made it popular where you can watch a series, maybe 13 part, 10 part, 7 part, you know. So I'm on Netflix and I'm also on Showmax. Showmax is like sort of like the Africa type Netflix, you know, created by DSTV. And there's a lot of stories that are there. One thing I love about Netflix is there's a lot of like real stories. I'm a lover of documentary. I'm a lover of real life stories, right? So I love documentaries. I'm not a big fan of fiction, right? That's why even the books that I read, a lot of it is like about history or like biographies. At one point in my life, biographies were like my books, you know. I want to hear somebody else's story. I want to get the background. I want to see how they navigated the culture, get a feel of the family dynamics and all that kind of thing. So Netflix has become definitely a big place where we've seen quite a lot of stories. Actually, a friend of mine approached me and we're actually working on something to see how we can pitch some ideas to Netflix. Just around the whole, some of these charlatans and fake prophets and all that kind of stuff, because they have huge fan base. So it would be good to tell their story. So in South Africa right now, there is a TV channel that has been working on this. It's supposed to be a sort of like a drama series, but now it's turning into like a documentary, also drama series documentary, but it's based on a true story, obviously. And it's the life of false prophets, fugitive shepherd Bushiri around his life. He lived in South Africa, I think, just between 7-8 years. I'm not even sure he lived here for 8 years. Like, he was visiting before, but from when he moved here and started his ECG, what he called his church, and when he left, when he ran away, when he got bail and he ran away, I think it's about 7-8 years, I guess. So within that short time, there was quite a lot that happened. You know, the church that he runs, he calls it a church, it just grew exponentially. It became like the cream of the crop. People were trooping. Celebrities were trooping. Almost every month he's in the news. This miracle, that happened, and that happened. He's always trending. I mean, he's been used as memes. He's been used as in music, you know. by people. So he lived a very colorful life that even after he left, there was a lot that people didn't know about him, but now they're trying to bring that on TV. Now, this is being done by, this is being done by a TV channel, like I told you. It's called Moja Love. For those of you guys, I'm doing this for those of you guys who do not live in Africa, or who are not from Southern Africa. So Moja Love is, a lot of it is South Africa. So Moja Love is on DSTV, if you know DSTV, and it's on channel 157. So if you are in West Africa or East Africa, I'm not sure you're going to get Moja Love, because their content is sort of like, you know, made for South African audience. I've been on a few of their programs, maybe 3-4 of their different programs, and they've been trying to tell the African story, the South African story, which is good, you know. So they've been working on this script, on this I'm trying to use like a media language. They've been working on this. Okay, they've been working on this script, or on this story, for about 3 years now, when they started writing the script, you know. And when they started writing the script, it was actually not supposed to be what it is today. It was supposed to be something different. Okay, I think I'm giving you inside info there. Ntombi, I hope you're going to forgive me. Ntombi is one of the people who actually wrote the script from start to finish, and she's a friend of mine. You remember, she was a journalist with City Press. She was the one that went down to visit. She was supposed to go and write a story around Bushiri in Malawi, and when she got to Malawi, and she was detained at the airport because Bushiri got a tip that she was going there to interview certain people that know him, and they detained her. And you know, Malawi just give the cops at the airport money, or the immigration. They detain her, and they put her in a room, and she stayed there for the night, and then they deported her the next day. And somebody told me that they were going to do that, but I didn't know, you know. I had no idea, because I didn't know her then. So she was one of the guys who were really behind the scripting. It was supposed to be totally something different. It was supposed to be called I'm a Bishop, right? That's what it was supposed to initially be. And it was supposed to be, it was not supposed to be told the way that it's going to be told now. It was supposed to be like a fiction. And Bushiri, but based on the life of Bushiri, because if it wasn't a fiction, then you're probably going to end up getting into trouble with Bushiri. Is going to take them to court and all that kind of stuff. But now he's run away. Now they can do and say whatever they want to say without him being here. So I'm giving you inside scoop, guys, right? So I was part of the guys who were actually brought in to advise, and also brought in as sort of like a consultant or an expert around the life of Bushiri and how some of these Pentecostal charismatic churches operate, all this false prophet and all that. So I was involved in it, and I advised. I contributed to the script. They paid me, obviously, you know, because when I saw the script and I went through it, I was like, no, but these guys wouldn't operate this way. These guys don't operate this way. Bushiri don't operate this way. Because the people who were like, a lot of the script writers and all that, they're not familiar with the whole false prophets environment and the Pentecostal church sort of like lifestyle. And that's one of my worry. You know, this is going to be like a documentary based on a true life story. But if you do that kind of stuff, you need to be able to tell the story as accurate as possible, because you're not just trying to entertain people. You're trying to educate people. You're trying to inform people also. So I went, and I mean, we had a series of meetings with the script writers, at the TV station, the channel, Moja Love. and all that kind of stuff. So now, obviously, they're changing, the flipping the script, and now they're going to be calling it the name, the title of the is going to be a 13. It's a series with 13 different episodes, right? And they're going to call it INKALAKATHA. Now, I mean, if you don't Kalakatha, you know Mendoza, who was a big artist here in South Africa, Kwaito artist here. He made that so popular. And those of you guys watching in the US and also in the Caribbean and in London or the UK, you'll be wondering, what is INKALAKATHA? Well, INKALAKATHA is like a slang in South Africa. It means like the main man. It means like a top dog. You know, when you are like the top dog, when you are like the main man. So that's what INKALAKATHA means, right? So that's going to be the title. That's the working title right now of this drama series, sort of like docudrama. I think that's the right way to actually call it, a docudrama. So it's a documentary type drama, you know, that kind of stuff. So you're going to dramatize it. And they said they're going to start shooting next year in January. And they're going to have over 1,600 different actors that are going to be involved. And they're going to use over 30 different locations to be able to do that. Bushiri is in no way involved with this. So I say it again, Bushiri is in no way involved in this, right? And let me just say that based on the information that they actually are given. So this series is supposed to show you know, undocumented part of Bushiri's life, things that people normally don't see, things that people normally don't know. So that's why a lot of what they're going to say there is going to be based on research and working with people that have been closely with him before. So it's going to include how he arrived in South Africa with no money, and then he rose to power and fame. How did that happen within a very, very short space of time, you know? So they're going to show him, Bushiri the preacher, and his power, and, you know, how people were calling him Papa, Major One, and how he filled a stadium here in Johannesburg called the FNB Stadium during the New Year Eve's like crossover, where they, you know, you're gonna have like 100,000 people, you know, in the stadium, and it's gonna also show how Bushiri was a complex and controversial character, how he inflicted people with pain and terror, you know, how he oppresses people. And how he preaches to entice people, you know, that's part of the script. I think I still have a copy of the script somewhere because, like I told you, I was a part of it. And the series, they said, is also going to show the viewers how Bushiri fraudulently acquired his citizenship and you know, how he got his South African, you know, not South African, he wasn't a citizen. You know, so I don't know why they said citizenship. So that's an error on their part. Bushiri was never a citizen. He had a permanent residency. You know, I didn't. There was no any mention of him being a citizen. So Bushiri was not a citizen. So it's going to show how he got his citizenship, because that was one of the, when he was arrested, that was one of the areas where there was a lot of debates in court. And a lot of the Department of Home Affairs in South Africa here investigated, even people that work with the Department of Home Affairs who approved this permanent residency for him, which was like a green card. You know, they were actually fired, some of them. Some of them were suspended and some of them were fired. Some of them involved in that. So he's going to show all that. He's also going to show how Bushiri actually, you know, escaped, who masterminded his escape from South Africa? Who are the people that were involved in getting him out of South Africa into Malawi after he got bailed? So he's going to show all of that. And I think it's about time we tell this kind of stories. I've been saying this for about 6-7 years now. I said, look, if you're a TV content producer, within the church, there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories. But people never really picked that up until them Bushiri and people like them Alf, them Omotosho and TB Joshua started hitting the front page and primetime news, the front pages of newspapers and primetime news. Now they become newsworthy. But you see, my worry is the people who are writing this script or who are following these people or who want to tell these stories, they don't understand the whole Pentecostal community because they don't operate, they're not part of the community. So it's always difficult for somebody who is not part of a certain community to want to tell the story of that community. The whole false prophets community, you have to understand it. It's very complex. The whole Pentecostal charismatic churches community, you have to understand how they operate. If you want to tell this story the way that is going to not just be entertaining, I know you want to entertain people, but it needs to be accurate, close to accurate at least. It needs to be informative, and it also needs to be very, very educational, because that would help open the eye of so many people. But my biggest worry is, will they be able to execute it? And I always hesitate because I know the people who are behind this. I know the people who run the TV station. I know the people who are involved in the script writing. They would really need to get credible people and research a lot and get people that will really help them to fine-tune that very, very well. Because at the end of the day, if they do not do that, a lot of people would watch it and know that, no, this is fiction. You're not telling the story the way that it should be. Obviously, I'm sure it's probably going to become one of their biggest, if not their biggest, production ever. Because I mean, anything Bushiri now, people would follow. Right here, people would follow. He's a mainstream headliner right now, and Bushiri would always be, because he left a mark in South Africa, not a good mark, but he left a mark in South Africa. So we've gotten to that place where people are definitely beginning to be interested. So it's when we tell this kind of stories, I know for them they're a business. They're not a ministry. The TV station, Moja Love, is not a ministry. They're not trying to tell it in a way that they're business. They want to make money. That's why they're in it. And Bushiri can make you money. His story can make you money. And I totally understand that. But like I said again, we need to be extremely careful the way that we tell the story. We need to get people that will keep vetting every stage of the script. From the language that you go in there and use, the language that they will use, and some of the elements in the treatment in the script, it's very, very important. But the fact that they're actually doing that, I think it's very important. My question is, would they be able to execute it in a way that is going to be informative and educative, not just entertaining to people? And like I said, knowing the people who are behind this, I doubt, because they're always in a rush. They don't really know this fraternity called Pentecostal churches, or this fraternity called false prophecy. They're not familiar with it. Everything is new because they don't go to some of these churches. So they're not familiar with it. It's alien. Over the years, I've done a lot of education with leaders from the CRL Commission to TV stations, where I will sit down and tell them, this is it and this is the way these guys operate. They'll be so shocked. You mean this prophet will do that? I said, yes. It's unbelievable for them. But because I work in this environment every day, I work with the victims, I work with people who have been taken advantage of. I know some of the prophets. I've met some of them. I've met Bushiri. We've sat down with Bushiri and spoken. And I warned him. I told you, I warned him. So you're going to go down if you don't live according to God's values in this country. Money, woman will get you. And I mean, where's Bushiri today? So I like the fact that this is going to expose Bushiri to a certain level that even those who are giving him a benefit of a doubt would not give him a benefit of a doubt anymore. Even those who've been trying to defend him would have nothing to defend him much anymore. And even those who have been victimized and taken advantage of, at least they would find some sort of closure. They would find some sort of closure with the fact that he's been exposed. And also his own story would help people to identify and to have some sort of discernment when it comes to dealing with some of these funny Pentecostal churches or these false prophets. That's why I'm saying, if Moja Love, if this TV station with channel will really execute this story excellently, that would help a lot of people. But to be honest with you, they're not looking at helping a lot of people. That's a fact. They're a business. They're just looking at making money. And I understand totally. But at the same time, you have a responsibility as a content producer, as a content maker, not just to tell a story, but also you have a responsibility to help people. So you can help through informing them. You can help through educating them. That's very, very important. Anyway, let me see some of these comments here. Natasha Carlton is saying, Uncle Solomon, thanks for opening the eyes of many. Keep exposing those evil men. Thank you very much. Brother Allen is saying, I like the entitlement, false prophets community. I can as well say the charlatan community. Yes, their community. These guys, they operate, they know what they're doing. They know. America's Eagle Express say, Papa's children will not be happy today. First, the voice mail leaked with him saying he bribed J. Israel on Niger's craziest, and now this. Norman here is saying, I like what you do, my brother, all the way from Botswana. Thank you. Princess Moyo, hey, Uncle Solomon, it's Princess Moyo. Can I have your bank details now, please? Okay, Princess. Do I have a bank? Which one is that, Princess? Let me do this for Princess. Let me do this for Princess. I don't know which one Princess is looking at. You're looking at you want my banking details here, right, Princess? Okay, let me just do this. Sorry, guys. She said right now. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure how to do this, Princess. I'm not sure how to go about this, but let's see. Okay, I think if I do this, and then if I do this. Okay, I think, Princess, I'll try to get that. I don't know what's up with it. Okay, I think the best thing I can do is to actually do this. So, you know, Bushiri definitely, and also you have to understand that right now, Bushiri has no, if he was in South Africa, still in South Africa, you know, they would not have tried to do this right now, because he would try to go to court and stop everything and sue them. Right? They will go to court and stop everything and sue them. But now that he's not here and he actually ran away, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do about it. What would he do? Because he's I mean, he normally, all these false fake prophets, obviously, whatever they do, they just run to court, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Okay. So whatever they do, normally they just run to court and they try to try to gag and stop everything and try to make sure that okay, what's Princess saying? You like to deposit from the UK. Princess, are you watching on Facebook or on Twitter? Princess, can you just leave your email address here if you don't mind, and then I will send you that. Can you just leave your email address here so I can send it to you, just so I make sure I send you everything since you are out in the UK. Thank you so much. So normally people like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, Princess, if you use PayPal. If you use PayPal, then I could get you on PayPal. No, this is a Nigerian account. If you use PayPal, then I can get you on PayPal right now. But if not, then you can leave your email address here. Let's see. Yeah, so this is a PayPal. I'm not sure if PayPal is going to be okay for you. So this is a PayPal for everyone. But the account number here, there's a PayPal that's, if you check out just down here, there is the account number. Yeah, there's an account number there actually. Yeah. So Bushiri normally takes people to court. That's what he's fond of doing. But now, because he ran away from South Africa, there's no way he's going to take these guys to court. So and it's going to be embarrassing for his followers and supporters to start, you know, screaming and shouting all over and saying this and all that, because nobody is going to listen to them. How do you defend a fugitive? How do you defend a false prophet? How do you defend somebody that jumped bail and ran away back home to Malawi? How do you defend? How do you even begin? It's embarrassing for you to actually come out and try to do that, right? So that is something that, you know, is not going to happen. But like I said again, finally, it's important for us to tell this story in a way that is really going to help out. Again, Moja Love, the guys who are going to be putting, it's like I'm expecting Netflix to tell a story in a way that is going to educate people or whatever. No, they also, obviously there's Netflix is different. But if you know Mojo Love, they always just there for a lot of it is just entertainment, And so I just hope and pray that they would be able to get the right people that would advise them, right? That will actually help them to tell the story the way that it should be. And I hope that we're going to see more and more, drama series or documentaries on some of these charlatans. I'm looking forward to the first person that is going to do a documentary on TB Joshua. You know what I'm saying? That's massive. That one should be on Netflix, right? Locally here in South Africa, there's people like Bishop Zondo. There's people like Omoto Show. In Kenya, I'm sure there's quite a couple of them. In Malawi, in Zambia. If you go to the UK, there are some of them there in the UK. Even Chris Oyakilome, Christ Embassy, all these guys. You can do a documentary around them. That would help people so much. That would help people so much because you're taking people behind the scene. You're taking people behind the scene where normally they don't get to see certain things because that's what you're bringing out. You're bringing out what people don't know. You're putting it in such a way where everything is going to tie in with the big picture, with what they see from the outside. When you say they're creating fake miracles, how does that happen? When you say he's a preacher and he's sleeping with women, why? Why is that? How does he get away with it? How can you be a man of God and still be sleeping with women? Why is that? How is that? You know those kind of questions. So you need to be able to try to answer those things, to be able to convince people that this person is actually a false prophet from the beginning. He's not who he claims to be. At all. At all. Anyway, wanted to show that out for you guys. I think it's about time that we need to start telling these stories on TV because that would go a long way in exposing quite a lot around these false prophets. We have to look for creative ways to keep exposing this, to keep telling the truth, to keep bringing all these things out in the light. We need to look for creative ways, especially for us who are into the media or online. How are we telling the stories? How are we telling the stories? That's very, very important. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much, guys. For all, I see quite a lot of your comments. Simeon is saying, thanks, Solomon, for what you were doing. God bless from Kenya. Thank you. Planet L saying, Uncle Solomon, you can add your bank information on description of all your videos moving forward. Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is the details. Thank you, Planet L. This is the information. That's the bank account in South Africa, the first one. And then there's a PayPal account. And then there is a Nigerian bank account. And then there is a Tell Your Story account. So, where you can share your story. Evelyn is saying pastors believe that sleeping with everyone is their fringe benefit. And you need to bring all these things out when you do like a documentary around somebody like Bushiri. There are different reasons. And you need to be convincing. You need to be convincing. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. God bless you. Just wanted to share that with you just so you look forward to it. The name of the docu-series is going to be INKALAKATHA, which means a top dog. It's a slang for in South Africa for top dog or the main man. And looking forward to they're going to start shooting They said they're going to start shooting in January. So we're going to keep following and see, what is going to come out of it. And I hope that, whatever comes out of it, that God is going to use it for his glory in a different way and as much as he could. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you and have a wonderful day.
Hi, my name is Reju, Dr. Reju. I'm a workplace effectiveness strategist and I consult for churches because I have a passion for pastors. I have a burden for pastors because of my belief in the tremendous amount of influence that they can have in society. But over the years, the global church, we've focused on only what happens within the four walls of our buildings. We've reduced the definition of church to a building which we know is not accurate. But the purpose of this conference, this workshop, is to give us a wider kind of horizon, to widen our horizon, to look at the church through a truly biblical prism, to expose pastors to gain an insight into the biblical definition of church so that we can express that full definition and become that externally focused church. A friend of mine once said, "Where is the church on a Sunday after the parking lot is empty?" That is what this workshop is all about. Call Joy Bringers on the numbers on the screen. See you then.
Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in Midrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. Strategic lawyers on point with more than 20 years of practice experience. We are professional, capable, and qualified.